Video Gang. I'm Vince.
And I'm Al, and welcome to another LEOBROS podcast, or not podcast, but episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Vince, it's awesome to see your face again. Hey, bro, before I get into how have you been? How have you been?
Yo, dude, I've been great. I have a lot of energy. Things have been just perfect. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. How about you, man? What's new?
I've been good. For those, we have a lot of people from the U.S., but for those who aren't from the U.S., we got a big SAT coming up, which is a big standardized test. Vince and I actually have it on the same day. So best of luck to you, Vince. We're both been working hard at it. Yeah, this Saturday. We've been working hard at it. Well, we'll see what happens. But if it doesn't work out, we'll have more opportunities and we'll learn from it. So little note in there into our lives. As far as what we're going to be talking about today, guys, we're really excited. We just are always excited about talking about whatever. And today we're going to be talking about not everyone who won the Oscars, but a specific person. That's very big. We'll get right into that. And then this person, somehow, we're going to have it transition over to a second topic of the shut up and dribble, all of that issues and controversy. I know it's a little bit behind, but it's cool to talk about it. So Vince, you want to kick us right off into what we're going to be talking about first?
Yeah, so Kobe Bryant, he's a famed basketball player. Most people know him. It's a household name at this point. Number 24 on the Lakers. He did retire recently, but still beloved by everybody. And last night was the 90th anniversary of the Oscars, and the Oscars were on, of course. And our boy Kobe, he actually scored an Oscar for Best Animated Short Film.
Wow.
That's correct, right? It was an animated short film?
I'm not exactly sure if it's animated or I know the short film. I don't know about that. I do know it was called Dear Basketball, and it was narrated by him.
It was, and my computer's saying I have no internet. That's whack. We're gonna go with the animated short film. Absolutely incredible, right? He narrated, helped write it as well. It's crazy that a basketball player has won an Oscar, and there's so many countless actors that have put forth so much effort, and they haven't even won an Oscar, let alone directors. It's absolutely crazy. It's surprising to me. And I know, Al, you said you wanted to transition into this later on, but it all stimulates from the fact of, lately in the news, you've been seeing the hashtag #SHUTUPANDDRIBBLE for people that don't feel that LeBron or whoever else who plays basketball is speaking out, talking politics on social media, sharing their opinion. And a lot of people don't like that. They want them just to play basketball on the court. You know, my dad's one of those people. He's like, they're paid millions of dollars to play basketball. Just play basketball. And look, they should play basketball, and they should be good at it. However, they're just as much people as we're people. They have a following. They have a strong platform on social media. So this is kind of a giant FU to all of those who said, you know, just shut up and dribble. The fact that a basketball player won an Oscar. So, Al, what's your take?
I love the topics for today because they're kind of 2 in 1, and so it's cool. There are a lot of things I want to come back to you about that shut up and dribble, but I first, want to acknowledge, Kobe Bryant. He did some great things on the court. There's arguably the greatest. That's arguably, but he is, for a fact, one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. I grew up not liking him at all as a Cavaliers fan, as a LeBron fan. Kobe Bryant, at the time when LeBron was in his first stint with Cleveland, it was the Lakers. It was the Lakers. It was their league. Maybe some other teams every once in a while, the Heat, the Celtics won, but it was the Lakers, and it was Kobe Bryant. I did want to share an awesome memory I have of him. I stayed up. At this point, I was a little bit younger, so for me to stay up until 12 o'clock on a school night was pretty crazy.
Pretty risky.
It was risky business, and now I'm not gonna say it happens all the time, but if especially if I got something to do. At one time at a paper, other things like that. I'm past 12. But anyway, that's besides the point. I remember staying up so excited, watching Kobe Bryant's last game, his last game of his career in the Staples Center, and this guy in his last game drops not just 10, 15, he drops 60 points. And not only he drops 60 points, but he leads the Lakers comeback and they win. So that's just a testament to Kobe. He's a great scorer. I'm going more into the sports thing. One little fact is he leads the league. He's like the league leader in missed shots. He took a lot of shots, but that's besides the point. This guy, not just did he succeed on the basketball court in his first pretty much film, he goes out and wins an Oscar. And yes, there's a lot of great actors that have yet to win an Oscar, and they've dedicated their entire career to winning an Oscar. And here comes a basketball player out of nowhere, makes one film and wins an Oscar. Was it deserved? I don't know. I haven't watched the film. Maybe there are other great films out there. I think that the name Kobe Bryant helped for sure. Helped his case. And it wasn't just him. George Keane was a bigger part, I would personally say, into that movie. But they both won an Oscar, so congratulations to George and Kobe. But it's not meant to take away from what Kobe was able to do. And that is, he said something like, "This means more to me and I feel even better winning the Oscar, than a championship." So that's really cool. And as far as the shut up and dribble thing, we're going to be able to intertwine, we're exchanging. It all stemmed from a Fox News anchor. I forgot her name. No, I don't even know her name. I think it's Laura something. And LeBron James came out with a little video that he had with Kevin Durant. It was with Uninterrupted, partnered with Uber, with Carrie Champion, I think. I think that's her name. And they come out, and one of the things they talked about was Donald Trump, and LeBron is very open on how he dislikes Donald Trump, has called him a bum, all of those things, which he's entitled to hold that opinion. And the Fox News anchor took that personally, and she just said, blah, 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 you don't know this, you don't know that, as the saying is, just shut up and dribble. So that's what that all stemmed from. I'm sure you guys all know that. If you haven't, that's kind of the background behind it. For me, my personal opinion, yes, they're basketball players. Yes, they're making millions of dollars, to kind of tie into what your dad was saying. Great guy, by the way. And
thank you.
Hey, no problem, bro.
So did that. So he's a good man.
He's a great man. But they're citizens, just like us. They live in our country, just like us. So, basketball is a profession. I know it's more of the entertainment business, but it's a profession. It's the same thing saying that a lawyer should just shut up and lawyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's his job. They're both equal. They're both equal people. They're both equal citizens. They're entitled to their own opinions, and LeBron has. The only unequal thing about that is LeBron has more power. He has more of a following than maybe that particular lawyer, and even that Fox News anchor has. So that saying,
yeah.
I disagree with. Do I agree with what LeBron was saying? Not exactly, but once more, that he's entitled to his opinion.
True.
Yeah.
I love what you said about the lawyer. Just because you're a profession or what your profession is, that doesn't limit you as to what you can say and how you want to say it. I'm sure there's been countless of, I don't know what you want to say, news anchors that have thought this. There's probably countless people, friends like my dad, who does think that. But my dad he's kind of like an engineer. Let's just leave it at that. But doesn't mean he can't come out and say what he said at the dinner table when he said that he thinks LeBron should just shut up. Now that might have been, stemming from the fact that the Cavs haven't been doing so well. Maybe if they had the Warriors record or something like that, then maybe he wouldn't have said that. But look, it's pretty simple. Last night at the Oscars, Jimmy Kimmel, as the host, said that, I'm not going to cut you off if you want to make a political speech. I don't think people should make a political speech during the Oscars because you're receiving a reward. You're not just up there to talk. You're receiving a reward, so it's more of giving thanks than sending a message. To me, that's a little bit different. Al, I don't know how you feel about it. I want your take on it.
Yeah.
But look, I'm not gonna shoot down the fact that they can't talk about what they want to talk about. They're human too. But the fact that they're accepting a reward, I think that they should just accept the reward and grab a seat. But I'm not saying that they can't talk about whatever they need to talk about.
Yeah.
You know?
The new Shut Up and Dribble is get your award and sit down.
What's up?
No. You know how it's, Shut Up and Dribble, and you kind of said get your award and sit down. That's the new thing.
Get your reward and sit down.
No, I kind of agree with you, and I get what you're saying. It's tricky, like I said, we're all entitled to what we're allowed to say. It's the whole stemming. Especially I remember this goes back to kindergarten. I'll go into it. This goes in kindergarten where I would say something like, say I wanted a blue crayon or something, right? And a little, I remember this specifically. A little girl came and grabbed the blue crayon, and I'm like, "That's mine." She's like, "I can grab it because it's a free country." I find that annoying, but then again, it's kind of true. So, going back to not only the Oscars, but you see in basically every award ceremony, and not just award ceremony, but in everything. Am I a little bit sick of all these political statements? Maybe. I do agree with you. The Oscars is a way for you to celebrate your hard work and celebrate your success, and celebrate your product by receiving a reward. And so that's the time where you should, when you have the mic, take your time to thank all the people that are able to make that happen. And a lot of people do that. And I think maybe afterwards, when people are interviewing you, that's when you can kind of give your political judgment and all those kind of things. I don't want to make a generalization. I don't want to kind of, in these shows, I kind of want to be, seeing both sides. So that's what I always try to do. For me, I always tend to think a little bit more on the right side, which is completely okay. Because, if Vince was on the left side and I was on the right side, I think, it's wise to just listen to both sides, listen to both. Because I'm going to go off on a little rant here, if that's cool with you, Vince. Not much of a rant, but, someone who listens only solely to Fox News, right? Only to Fox News. You're going, and I think I've said this before, you're only going to get the views from that side. You're only going to be able to listen, and you're going to generate opinions based on from Fox News. Now, obviously, you're going to have the same topic that Fox News has, and you're going to look at the CNN, and they could have it completely twisted, or not twisted, but completely different than what Fox News is. So obviously, you're going to have people who think one way and people who think the other. And I think it's our job to look at both sides, maybe look at another source or two, and come to our own opinion. That has nothing to do with what I was going to say, but it is a cool little thing. I would say that, our celebrities, Hollywood in general, is pretty left-wing. So a lot of their political statements are, anti-Trump, lately, anti-gun, high gun control, all of those things.
Anti-men.
What?
Anti-men.
Anti-men. Yeah. And anti-white men, more of that. And I don't know why we always apologize for what we say. It's kind of our own opinion, but that's just from what I'm saying, from what I am seeing. And look at this, right? Shut Up and Dribble came from Fox News, a right-wing thing, right? And here we are. I'm typically agreeing with right-wing, and I disagree with that.
Same here.
So it's not. That's the kind of thing I don't know. I kind of twisted it, but yeah, it's cool. This is what the show is all about. We talk about everyone, but what do you have to say, Vince?
No, I think we summed up pretty much everything that's here. It's absolutely incredible that, you know, Kobe Bryant was able to win this award. And, of course, I have to make a Star Wars comparison. I have to make the comparison.
Go for
Ready?
it. Go for it.
Hear me out. A lot of people, there's a figure in The Last Jedi and in Episode 7 named Supreme Leader Snoke. Probably heard me talk about him. He is this mysterious character that was set up to be somebody that we've seen before, but something happened to him to make him look this new way. He's incredibly powerful with the Force. So what did Disney do? They killed him off, and they never explained his backstory.
Wow.
Probably because he doesn't have a backstory. And exactly, that's everybody's opinion. That's why a lot of people don't like The Last Jedi. There's many reasons why they don't like it, but that's one of them. And it's kind of like an FU to the audience, because there's thousands of theory videos as to who he is, so much speculation, and of course, of which I participated in. And Disney is just kind of like, well, whoops, you know, we turned the other head on it. So that's kind of what Kobe Bryant did to all those shut up and dribble fans of that idea. And you know, to people like my dad, he probably will fail to acknowledge you know, what Kobe did, and that's okay, but like, we know. You know, and I'm not trashing my dad. Love him, just views don't match up sometimes. But it's kind of cool knowing he has that under his belt. Like LeBron, doesn't LeBron have he has some show that he produces, and then he has one game show that he hosts, right?
Yeah, he's got a lot.
Like that.
He's a businessman.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. He's a businessman. You know, not just any basketball player can have a multi-million-dollar deal with Nike, you know what I mean? And be a trendsetter like he is with styles and all of that. He's very unique. He's not just a basketball player, and that's why I think the whole shut up and dribble thing stems from. It's not just a basketball player, a businessman, a Hollywood star. He was in that movie Trainwreck. He's going to be in Space Jam 2. He's in all of that. So if that's somebody that should just dribble a ball, they're tripping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As far as, you know, the LeBron James accolades, you know, yes, you know, he's a basketball player. He's a businessman, but he's a father. He's a son. He's a husband. You know, he's just like everyone else. And that kind of, you know, that throws some salt into the wound to this Fox News anchor, you know, shut up and dribble. He's all of these other things as well. And I don't know. I think the person said it more they took it personally to what LeBron said about Trump. But like I said before, I might not personally agree with many of LeBron's views. He was a very, very big Hillary supporter. All of those things. But that doesn't stem away from this guy's, you know, greatness and what he's able to do and how he's been able to affect so many lives. So, you know, maybe it could have worked against anybody else, but not LeBron. So this Fox News anchor made a mistake, and actually, she said it not just to LeBron but to Kevin Durant, as well. They had their own little show going on. LeBron has his own platform called Uninterrupted, where it's basically a platform for all athletes from all different sports to kind of share their opinions on whatever they want to share. So it's a really cool platform. And like you said, LeBron, he's gonna be a movie star. He's probably gonna be a producer. When he retires, he's got some big plans. You know, so he's just getting started as far as LeBron James. Vince, I know time's starting to run down a little bit. We have our own things that we have to go to. Quick question. This is regarding basketball, right? LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Real quick. I'll say this for another day for me to go on a rant, but I just want to hear your opinion.
Okay, so number one, I want me to rank them?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, number one is LeBron, only because I have only watched clips of Michael Jordan. I've not seen every game. I've just, at the bottom line is, I've heard of him. Al, you're a sports guy, and I can safely assume that you've not seen a whole ton of Michael Jordan. Am I failed to assume that?
No, I haven't seen a full, actually no, I've seen one, but yeah.
So kind of like the whole Black Panther talk we talked last week, people base a lot of their opinions on hype. So I personally have not seen Michael Jordan enough that I can't say he's the greatest of all time. So I'm going to go LeBron. I will say Michael Jordan because I have seen his stats. And then Kobe Bryant would be third.
Kobe Bryant would be third?
Yeah.
That's
How
fair.
about you?
Same thing, I would say LeBron, just because when you say greatest player of all time, I personally take it as the greatest all-around player of all time.
Exactly.
If you're the greatest player, you can't just be, because maybe Michael's the greatest scorer or the greatest champion, but I take it as the greatest player all around. So LeBron James, you could say that. Michael, and then Kobe. But Vince, I appreciate you answering that question. We're kind of a mix of many things, but sports is one of them. So I appreciate it. It's cool to hear what you have to say. But same rankings.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're the sports guy, so the fact that it lined up, that's awesome.
Yeah,
well, hey guys, we always love to leave you with a quote. Al, if you don't have one already prepared, I have one.
Awesome.
Maybe we could share two if you have one.
Yeah.
You said before that LeBron, supports Hillary. He's left side and we're right side. The thing here, the lesson to learn here, is that just because you don't agree with somebody doesn't mean you can't recognize their greatness.
Exactly.
We don't agree with LeBron, but dude's amazing. So always recognize that. That's a good skill to have. So with that, I'm out. I'll see you guys. I'm Vince.
And as far as for me, I'm going to hit up my quote really quick. For me, the greatest gift that life has given us is adversity. So let's see how you think about that. But with that, Vince gave us his amazing quote. He's out. That's my quote. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Episode 3 of this season 3, remodeling LEOBROS, awesome next chapter. We're getting a lot more to go, Vince, but I'm excited for what we've done so far. So that's it, Vince. Enjoy the rest of your day. Audience, enjoy the rest of your day, or have a great day if you're listening to the morning. Vince, or Al's out.
See you guys.
See ya.